Manish Pandey, a name that once felt like the future of Indian cricket, a player with elegance, timing, and that rare ability to stay calm under pressure. But today, the big question is, what really went wrong? Let's go back to where it all started. Manish Pandey rose to fame in 2009 when he became the first Indian to score a century in the IPL. That innings wasn't just a knock, it was a statement. A young Indian batter dominating world-class bowlers. People instantly knew this guy was special. From there, expectations skyrocketed. He had everything: technique, temperament, and the ability to play both spin and pace with ease. He wasn't flashy like some T20 players, but he was reliable. The kind of player you trust in tricky situations. And then came his international breakthrough. In 2016, Manish Pandey played one of the most memorable innings of his career against Australia in Sydney. Under pressure, chasing a big target, he scored an unbeaten 104 and took India to victory. That innings showed his true potential. Calm, composed, clutch. At that moment, it felt like India had found their next dependable middle-order batter. But then, things started to change. Despite solid performances, Pandey never became a permanent fixture in the Indian team. He was in and out. One series he'd play, the next he'd be dropped. And inconsistency in opportunities often leads to inconsistency in performance. Another issue was his strike rate. In the modern game, especially in T20 cricket, teams started prioritizing aggressive players. Players who could score quickly, even if they took risks. Pandey, on the other hand, was more of a traditional player. He valued building an innings, rotating strike, and finishing strong. But as the game evolved, that style started to be seen as slow, even if it was effective. Then came the IPL phase where criticism increased. He was scoring runs, but not at the pace teams expected. Fans and analysts began questioning his intent. Was he playing too safe? Was he not adapting to modern T20 demands? And slowly, the narrative shifted from dependable batter to anchor slowing down the game. Confidence plays a huge role in cricket, and when a player is constantly in and out of the team, constantly criticized, it affects decision-making. You either become too cautious or you try too hard to prove a point. Pandey seemed caught in between. Not fully aggressive, not fully defensive. Another factor was competition. Indian cricket is brutal when it comes to competition. New talents kept emerging. Players who were fearless, explosive, and consistent. And in such an environment, even a small dip in form can push you out. Manish Pandey didn't suddenly lose his talent. That elegance, that timing, that ability to handle pressure, it's still there. But sometimes in cricket, talent alone isn't enough. You need timing, not just in shots, but in your career. Right performances at the right moments. Continuous backing. And the ability to adapt quickly to changing formats. Pandey had the skill, but maybe the timing didn't always go his way. So, what went wrong? It wasn't just one thing. It was a mix of inconsistent opportunities, changing demands of the game, strike rate pressure, and intense competition. Manish Pandey was often shuffled across positions, sometimes batting at number 3, sometimes at 4, or even lower. For a player who builds his innings with rhythm, constant changes in role can disrupt confidence and game awareness. Then comes team strategy. Franchises and national teams started moving towards power hitters, players who could change the game in 10 to 15 balls. This shift made traditional anchors less valuable unless they could strike at a high rate. Pandey wasn't failing, but he wasn't fitting the new blueprint either. And in modern cricket, fitting the system matters as much as performance. Pandey wasn't failing, but he wasn't fitting the new blueprint either. And in modern cricket, fitting the system matters as much as performance. There's also the mental side of the game. Being labeled as a slow player or constantly criticized by fans and media can create pressure. You start questioning your natural game. Do you play your way, or do you try to become someone you're not? That internal battle can quietly impact performance. But here's the thing about cricket. Comebacks are always possible, and players like Manish Pandey, with real class, only need one strong season to remind everyone of what they're capable of, because talent like that never truly disappears. It just waits for the right moment. And maybe, just maybe, that moment isn't over yet. And honestly, bringing him back was a smart move by KKR.